Well, we need not to be told again that oil can no more feed Nigerians. This is coming from the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Thank you very much. This is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. My name is Olukunle Abraham. Please do share videos with others. Like our videos, drop a comment, make them simple and civil. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said oil and gas can no longer feed Nigeria, considering the nation's growing population. Obasanjo disclosed this at the weekend when the leaders of the Apex Socio-Cultural Group in Tiv land of Benue State, Mozu, MUT, paid him an appreciation visit at his OOPL penthouse residence in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. According to a statement made available to us by a special assistant on media, Kende Akinyemi, Obasanjo charged Nigerians to see the country as being see the country has been for all, to save it and restore it to what God has created it to be. Obasanjo declared that only farming and agribusiness can tackle the nation's growing population. And you notice that is where Peter Obi stands. You see, when you check every other person's ideology, you see that it is not different from what they were saying before. It's not different. They have nothing new. It was Peter Obi who brought up the mantra of from consumption to production, and yet now everybody starts using it. Every other candidate starts using it, especially the major parties, as it were. They start using the same mantra. Just copycats. He's the only one, and he has been talking about this agricultural thing. It's as if that's the only thing he knows, but he knows what he's saying. And former President Olusegun Obasanjo agrees with him on this particular one, that oil can no more save Nigeria. Now, oil should be like a reserve for us. Oil should be like a reserve because it's underground. Oil should be like a reserve. Now, in recent time, unfortunately, Nigeria experienced flood in some parts of the country. And in the north, it destroyed quite a lot of land. Farmlands, crops destroyed, rice farm being destroyed. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Now, with that is an unprecedented situation that you didn't expect. It didn't matter how much you prepared. Flood is a flood. Flood is flood. A flood can it can outflow even a dam that is prepared for it. So you don't know the volume of water that is coming or where it's coming from. And so what is done? The oil, which is underground, is now becomes a reserve for us. And that if we have a loss in this particular area, we cover up for it in this particular area. But in a case where all we are depending on is oil and oil and oil, now oil has been discovered in the north. And I believe strongly there are so much, even wherever we are, wherever you are now, I'm sure some houses are built on oil wells without knowing. We are so blessed. We are so blessed as a nation. And so I agree with former president on this. He reiterated that farming and agribusiness would be the only means to feed the nation, not oil. Well, I also remember that there was what we call Operation Feed the Nation, that, everything just toppled down and disappeared. We don't know what now happened. Today we hear of Obasanjo farm. We don't know what happened to Operation Feed the Nation. That program gulped a lot of money. I don't believe that former President Olusegun Obasanjo will not agree that he was part of this or where we are today. He was part of the whole process. It was part of the whole process. Because, you see, what we call growth is that you do yours when you are there, and I do mine when I was there. Now, I remember, Aisha mentioned something in response to a particular guy who was criticizing Peter Obi, and the spokesperson of the APC picked it up and said, this is what we are saying, without even thinking. One would have expected that somebody with such, of such caliber will be able to think properly and look at something before posting, making reference to it. That one said that, Peter Obi claimed to be a former governor of Anambra State. That is wrong. Just like Aisha Yesufu said, it needs to be corrected. And Festus Keyamo comes to point to make reference to it. Without correction, he didn't claim to be a former governor. He was a former governor. He is a former governor rather. He is a former governor. So let's get things right. He didn't claim to be a former governor. It's not a claim. He is a former governor. And so everybody is supposed to do his bit and leave the place. Do your bit and leave the place. The former president charged the Tiv people to focus on farming, stressing that he had put his arson on his farm in Benue behind him. You know, because there's also the security issue in that place. It's terrible. It's terrible. Obasanjo, who was conferred with the title of Great Warrior of Tiv land by the socio-political group, said he would establish an industry in Benue next year. And earlier in his word, the leader of the group, Lobe Il-Hihag, had requested Obasanjo, among other things, to set up a fruit juice industry in Benue. Please do drop your comment, make them simple and simple. Let us know what you feel about this particular development. God bless you. Share videos with others, please. I beg, share more. Share. Thank you. Bye-bye.